My name is Ojwang Mariam from Uwe TV, Sauti na Kioo kwa Jamii, in collaboration with The Voice KE. And we are so happy and proud of you so far so good because of the launch.
Yeah.
And I would like you first introduce yourself to those who don't know you. Then tell us how the journey has been up to where we are right now.
Hi everyone, my name is Wangu Kanja, founder and executive director at the Wangu Kanja Foundation that works towards amplifying survivors' voices, choice and agency towards preventing and responding to sexual violence.
Okay, thank you very much. And in the ghettos, that is where the GBV and SV is happening at most.
Yeah.
What are the milestones that you've made to this point that you've even decided to have a new strategic plan for year 2024 to 2028?
Okay, so one of the things that we are trying to do as an organization but also as a coalition is to make sure that survivors' voices or the interventions that are being put in place are actually working for survivors, because increasingly we do not ask the people who've been affected what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So we just come up with interventions and then we throw the interventions to them. So we are saying it's a must for every CSO, government agency, development partner to actually bring survivors to the table to have that conversation so that the interventions are survivor-centered and trauma-informed.
When we talk of a coalition, we mean that a few groups or more groups come together so that you can have one voice and a better voice and a strong voice. Would you please tell us some of the groups that are in the coalition against sexual violence?
Okay, so the coalition against sexual violence is a coalition that has 15 members. So we have Wangu Kanja Foundation, we have CREW, we have GEM, we have Oxfam, we have Kelin, we have ADSOC, Utuwetu. Who else do we have? It's a total of 15 organizations. Huru Defenders, GBRC, Physician for Human Rights. All of us are working towards addressing sexual violence, and we came together so that we can bring our concerted efforts, because the only way you can be sure to sustain the momentum is by working together and bringing the limited resources that we have so that we can have a greater impact.
A very big shout out to all these groups who come together so that we can ensure that we are addressing sexual violence in our country. In the strategic plan 2024-2028, what are 4 main things that we have, or the objectives that we have in the strategic plan?
So we will focus on areas that most people have kind of left out. For example, sexual violence in they're called the value chain, sexual violence in transport, sexual violence in institutions of higher learning. We are going to do a lot of research, knowledge management, so that we get to set precedent on sexual violence in Kenya, have a better understanding of the trend patterns of sexual violence around Kenya. Because one of the things that we lack is, do we have enough knowledge that can actually inform the interventions that we are developing? And at the end of the day, ensuring that if that happens, then it becomes easier to now develop intervention, develop programming, but then also engage the people who've been affected.
Mostly when it comes to people like the Scouts, they believe in a principle we call fagia kwako ni fagie kwangu. Now, my next question is concerning online media like Uwe TV, Sauti na Kioo kwa Jamii, and The Voice KE. How can these online medias come together and partner with Coalition Against Sexual Violence to help end totally these sexual violences in our society?
Actually, that's a very good question, because one of the gaps that we find is actually how media engage with civil society organizations. Because if you're able to learn or engage with civil society organizations, then it becomes easier for you to get the right narrative and not put out a narrative that will actually work against the citizens or your listenership or your viewership. So for us, it's coming to learn. We build your capacity by understanding the issue, by understanding the dynamics in the issue, and helping you to create messages that will actually improve the society and work towards preventing sexual violence and then also responding to sexual violence.
Thank you so much. We are so proud of you, and we are here to help. We'll ensure that we move with you step by step so that we can see what we can do for our societies back at home and things like that. So thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Tunaona, tunasikia na tutabonga. The voice.